This is a big deal. PayPal just announced what we call pay with crypto. So the idea is to create a new payment method that would allow merchants, especially from the US, I believe they're going to introduce that in a couple of weeks, to reach more than 600 million crypto users around the world. And this is a pretty big deal because of the network effect of PayPal. So when you check here, everywhere that they are available, it's basically everywhere. So more 200 countries and 25 currencies right now. So you see whole Africa, all of the Americas, Asia Pacific, Europe. So literally everywhere would be connected. And by allowing people to actually use Bitcoin and also other cryptocurrencies as well. So it's going to be 100 plus cryptocurrencies. You're going to be able to see all of the modules from PayPal that already allow all kinds of card payments, bank deposits, the wallets themselves. So they created such a system that allows them to connect with many exchanges, so such as Coinbase, Binance, but also other wallets as well, like MetaMask, OKX, and many others. So this would create a kind of a mesh system connecting different networks in different places so that somebody in the US, for example, could just sell with Bitcoin to somebody in Namibia and sending all kinds of different coins. They would get live exchange rates from all of them. So you can see this is a sneak peek. Of course, we don't have access to it yet, but this is this is as big as it gets in what comes to network adoption, especially for those people who already use PayPal for years and maybe they are boomers. They are people who are not really aware of how cryptocurrencies actually works. So having that kind of interface is very welcoming if you want to increase adoption. So this is extremely bullish. In my opinion, on what comes to adoption, even though this is not only Bitcoin, of course, you could use even crappy coins, right? Like Dogecoin or whatever is your liking. So even if it's a meme coin, I don't know yet. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But this is one of the big results if you want to observe as a macro trend on the stablecoin law that has passed. The Genius Act actually bringing that clarity allows merchants, allows companies to actually tap into that market without any specific problems, because that lack of clarity could create several different backlashes in the SEC, with FINRA in the United States, and all of that. But not only that, so this allows for rails that are much faster, even if they use stablecoins, for example, or Bitcoin. So this is exactly the strategy that was intended by the Genius Act. And not only that, if we actually read the press release, and again, so you can see all the details that this was exactly what we discussed about in our report 21 of the Bitcoin Intelligence Report. So we're just releasing a new one this week that you're going to be able to access. So if you're interested in that, not only that, but also everything related to on-chain analysis and how you can actually act on it, on your investments, if you're bullish, all the signals. So you can click the link on the description below as well to have access to the full report. But now let's get back into the actual press release, because this is extremely interesting. They literally say that PayPal now drives crypto payments into the mainstream. So the idea is to reduce cost and expand global commerce, which is exactly what you want if you want to create an adoption curve. So this is basically a way to connect. So we have a 3 trillion market, almost 4, which is now cryptocurrencies, but also enabling instant crypto to stablecoin or fiat. So it's going to be exactly the same. So since the United States actually recognize stablecoins as a dollar equivalent, it's basically cash. So you can have somebody with a self-custody wallet and send payments to a U.S. a US vendor, for example, so which is absolutely amazing. And you see here, so it's over 100 plus cryptocurrencies. So you can use Coinbase, MetaMask, and they claim it would be decreasing the cost of transactions by up to 90%. Of course, that's basically the nature of crypto. So you have instant settlements compared to international credit card processing. So this is literally, if you think about it, on the Eurodollar system, this is literally creating new rails into the Eurodollar system. So PayPal is this absolutely huge network that would connect both worlds at the same time. But most importantly, they are also launching what they call let me check here. So they're actually releasing their own stable coin, which they call PYUSD. So this is what they're doing now. So they're going to be accepting BTC, Ether, XRP, BNB, Solana, USDC, of course. And through all of those, Exodus is also part of it, Phantom, Kraken, Binance, OKX, so exchanges, and also specific wallets as well. But this is the most important part here. So here, this is the best part. PYUSD is going to be their own stable coin, and they are guaranteed to convert PYUSD 1-to-1 for US dollars. Since now we have a dollar-backed stable coin, which is regulated to maintain the stable value of the. So this is basically the Genius Act being implemented by PayPal. So this is absolutely huge because PayPal is literally everywhere with hundreds of millions of users worldwide. And this would also drive, depending on that adoption rate, right? So a lot of bond buying from the United States. So this is going to be extremely welcome as well. So this is a way for them to play also with the US government, making sure PayPal is also going to be a driving force of demand of T-bills to actually back their PYUSD. So this is extremely interesting because if they want to play in the United States, if they want to be part of the game, they need to back it up with T-bills. So this is going to be extremely interesting. So I'm going to try to set up an account myself to see exactly how they implement. We can make further videos as well along the way. But again, yet another thing that just adds up to the pressure now coming from crypto itself, from the adoption rate, right? What is going to happen with the ETFs? What is going to happen with people actually making payments on those? And let's see what actually people choose for a settlement, right? Some people are going to choose Bitcoin. Some people are going to choose stable coins. So having that, maybe that breakdown in the future actually shows what the free market actually wants to settle things with, and what countries are using Bitcoin maybe as an asset or as a currency. Nobody knows. So we have to wait and see what the market actually tells us. But for sure, this is yet one of the other forces, macro forces, that is going to be extremely interesting, especially when we already analyze. So here, picking back of our report, so you have 401ks having access to Bitcoin from retirement funds that were actually illiquid. And then you see a lot of liquidity that was trapped onto those markets. And also the idea of creating a reserve from Bitcoin instead of bonds, and along with gold. So this is, so many countercurrents that we can even start to think what the actual implications are going to be. And especially now when we still have Bitcoin near all-time highs, as we can see here. Let me share that with you. So it's basically the best time ever for that kind of adoption to happen, regardless what happens to Bitcoin prices. But it also reflects for sure and the Bitcoin price action as well, and the volume that we currently have, since we are almost at $4 trillion in market cap for the whole crypto space. So very interesting times. So let's see how the adoption is going to be. But yeah, maybe you already have a PayPal account and you don't even know what to do. So this will be a way, even to people who are not acquainted to Bitcoin, to just have a first transaction, especially if you are a merchant who would like to get paid, right? You want to make sure that you have all ways to receive. Maybe you don't like crypto at all, but that providing a way for you to get customers that you wouldn't without it. So that also drives adoption one way or the other. So exciting times, and let's see what happens. See you in our next video.